Okay, so hello guys. It's actually been a while and I haven't uploaded my video since last month. Okay, because besides procrastinating and a lot of other reasons, I'm actually tired and at the same time I also like running out of content. And also when I thought about content, I was also like how should I address this? It's like I can somehow forgot about it sometimes, and I only remember the day after the day I forget it. So it's also like been a problem for me to like actually get like my content going. So yeah, today I finally managed to make this video. Yeah, in terms of make, it's not really make, but the video I want to record about. Okay, so today's video is actually pretty simple. So today I'm going to talk about H.S.R. So today's topic is actually pretty straightforward. So I'll go straight for next version. So the current version is 2.4 in H.S.R. and we have 2 days. No, actually not two. We have around like 4 days to the new version and new banners. So today we are going to talk about new banners in version 2.5 update. So it clearly says here, character event war period for this phase is after the version 2.5 update, which is October 2nd until October 2nd. Yeah, version 2.5. So it's like 4 more days, which is 11 September for Asia timing. For America timing, I'm not so sure. Okay, so let's get straight to the point to like what characters do they have. So without a doubt, this is actually one of the largest banner to ever like exist in HSR history. So next version is going to have a total of 6 banners, 4 banners in the first half and 2 banners in the second half. All of them are 5 stars. That's why I say it's one of the like largest banners in HSR history so far. So as you can see, we have 4 characters here. So first is Robin, second is Black Swan, third is Kafka, and last is Fei Xiao. So um about Fei Xiao, I don't really dare to give comments first because the problem with Fei Xiao is she's not officially released yet, so we can't really like judge too much about her mechanics and kit because we can't actually know how it works until we actually read the thing when it's officially released into the game. Okay, it's because last minute changes can be made whenever they want. Alright, so we're going to talk about the 3 remaining characters left. Okay, we're going to exclude the Lycone part because I'm going to talk about what the base character first. I don't want to include about Lycones and other things that actually make the characters like what they say complete or overpowered. Okay, we're gonna talk about 3 basic characters. So out of the 3 characters, one of them is Harmony, which is Robin. Okay, our Miss Robin, and the other 2 will be Nihility. One is Black Swan, and one is Kaka. So we are going to start with Robin first. Okay, so Robin is a Harmony character, physical element, and she is a 5-star character. So her whole point of sales is actually um buffing buffing a lot of attack percent, and also follow up attack signature Harmony buffer, and also the only character in the whole game that can advance your character, all of your characters at once, right? So let's start from the technique. So her technique is actually pretty simple. So when you use the technique, you can attract the enemies to you and they will follow you. And if you enter battle while the technique is active, Robin regenerates 5 energy at the start of each wave. Yay. But this dimensional skill can only exist like one time. So if you try to like Jinglu and Robin cast simultaneously, it doesn't really work. But you can cast Robin and like attract them, and Jingliu freeze and just enter battle. Yeah. So regenerate 5 energy at the start of each wave. So the more waves you have, the more battles you have. That's pretty it. Okay, next will be her single target. Just single target, nothing much to actually pay attention about. Alright, so next is her talent. Okay, her talent increases all allies crit damage by 5% at level 1. Moreover, after allies attack enemy targets, Robin and additionally regenerates 2 energy for herself. This 2 energy is constant, it cannot be leveled up, but the crit damage can be increased and improved. Okay, so her skill at level 1 increased damage dealt by all allies by 25%, lasting for 3 turns. This duration decreases by 1 at the start of Robin's every turn, just like Rame. Okay, so buffs like these are actually really good because this means that you don't have to purposely stack speed on her. Okay, unless you are fighting some special levels or special situations where you need speed to like have priority action before like the enemy or certain ally take action. Yeah, so yeah, having this means you can put her at a lower speed at the lower scaling, so this turn can actually hold longer, and like it only disappears after ally deals damage. Yeah, so next will be her out. Okay, so her out is literally an essay, so I will just get straight to the point. Okay, so first thing you need to know is when she casts ulti, okay, she will enter a concerto state. So what this state does is all allies can immediately take action for once, and secondly, increases all the allies' attack by her own attack and a base. Okay, and while your ally deal damage to enemies, they will do additional damage, subscaling on Robin's physical damage. Okay, next is while in this state, Robin can't take any action until the concerto state is over, and she will not be CC'd by any enemy, so she won't get freeze, she won't get dominated, she won't get whatsoever. Okay, and last is this concerto state have a fixed speed down of 90. So the moment the turn ends, and then only Robin can finally retake action. Okay, so yeah, that's 5 main points you need to understand instead of reading this long damn essay. Right, next, she have 3 bonus abilities. So first is Cololatura Cadenza. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. When the battle begins, this character section is advanced power by 25%. So this slightly proves that she don't have to even stack more speed because she can already advance her action by 25%. Yeah. Alright, so next is Impromptu Flourish. While the constant state is active, the crit damage dealt when all allies launch follow-up attacks increases by 25%. So this is also one of the reasons why I say she is a follow-up attack signature harmony character. Yeah, because of this. If you wanna force her onto other like other teams, yeah, she also works well. But if you wanna like in terms of maximize the character's efficiency and power level, yeah, then you should slide her in a follow-up team, which is the premium follow-up team you all have been seeing everywhere. Alright. So last one is when using skill additionally regenerates 5 energy. Yeah, just pretty simple and straightforward. Okay, so I'm not going to talk about Eidolons, and so that's technically I need to know about her. Okay, so the Robin is just that. Okay, I slightly went run through a kit. So if you don't have any of the following harmony characters I mentioned right now, okay, you should pull at least one harmony character. Okay, so first is Rame. Okay, Rame is overall usable in literally any team. Okay, by any team I literally mean by any team. Okay, so first is Rame. If you don't have Rame, consider pulling Robin. Okay, okay, and if you don't have a Sparkle, consider pulling Robin. Okay, because even if you have Bronya Tingyun, okay, I mean it's good, but most people will put Ronja Tingyun in one team to like cycle and charge and keep taking action. Or they might just put two, but one harmony in the team is never enough in this like version because all of the mobs, their HP are just insane. Okay, so a 5-star harmony is extremely necessary. Okay, by extremely necessary I mean 100% or maybe 200. Yeah, so if you don't have a Rami or a Sparkle, or if you have a Bronya or a Tingyun only, and you don't build a Asta, you don't build a Yukong, you don't build Hanya, and you only build Harmony Trailblazer, yeah, consider pulling Robin. Yeah, it will help you a lot actually. Okay, next we have Nihility. Nihility, the two characters will be Black Swan and Kafka. So Kafka is one of the earliest Nihility 5 stars. Like, is it before Silver Wolf or after Silver Wolf? Yeah, I actually forgot, but she's one of the very early Nihility characters. So her whole point of sales is DOT detonation. So for those who are not sure about what DOT actually is, so DOT is the damage status you can inflict on enemies like shock by electric characters, burn by fire characters, bleed by physical characters, and wind shear by wind characters. Okay, those are the damage inflicting DOTs you can give onto enemies. Okay, so her whole point is to like detonate DOT on her skill and her out maybe. I'm actually not too sure about this, but yeah, yeah, as long as you slightly get the concept, you'll actually know. So she is an electro character, Nihility. Right. So let's start with her technique. Her technique is immediately attack a certain AoE from centered from herself and enter battle. So after entering battle, deal sliding damage equals to 50% of her attack to all enemies and inflicts shock equivalent to that applied by her ultimate on every enemy target for 2 turns. Yeah. So yeah, just like AoE enter battle and you just inflict debuff on the enemy. Okay, next is her talent. Okay, her talent, after any ally of Kafka's uses basic attack on an enemy target, she immediately launches one follow-up attack and deals lightning damage equals to a certain percentage of her attack to that target, with a 100% chance to inflict shock, equivalent to that to the attack target lasting for 2 turns. This back can only trigger 1 time per turn. Yeah, so like it's like apply more debuff onto the enemy. Okay, next is her skill. So deals lightning damage to a target and also to adjacent targets. If the target enemy is currently receiving DOT, damage over time, all DOT is currently placed on the enemy immediately produce damage equals to 60% of the original damage. Okay, next is her out. So dealing damage equal to a certain percentage of KK's Kafka's attack to our enemies, with 100% base chance for enemy hit to become shocked and immediately take damage from their current shock state, equal to 80% of its original damage. Shock lasts for 2 turns, while shock enemy receive lightning DOT equal to 116 of Kafka's attack at the beginning of each turn. So during ulti is like do instance of her own attack percentage, okay, and the skill is like you detonate all the DOT and deal huge ton of damage. Yeah. So when the ultimate is used, enemy targets now receive damage immediately from all current applied DOT sources instead of just receiving damage immediately from the current applied shock state. So when this is applied, your ult technically have the same function with your skill if you have this ability available. Okay, so next, if an enemy is defeated while shocked, Kafka additionally regenerates 5 energy. Okay, next is Thorns. So the base chance for target enemies to get shocked by the ultimate, the tanning or the talent trigger follow-up attack increases by 30%. Yeah, so overall quite a solid character. Like you won't see like some weird ass kits on her, yeah, or mechanics. Yeah, she's just like basic, brutal, and straightforward, like nothing fancy. So all you need to know is that she detonates DOT, and that's all. Okay. So next we have Black Swan, and also the last character we want to talk about. Okay, so Black Swan is a Wind Nihility character. Fortunately, I got her. Okay, um, so Black Swan, let's have a look up at her. Okay, so here is Black Swan. So Black Swan, Nihility character, you can slide any Nihility icon on her. Yeah, I was pretty insane to actually like put this on her because I want more defense reduction. Right, so technique. Okay, let's just ignore this essay and I'll just tell you all like what this thing actually does. So this thing is actually pretty straightforward. After using it, when you enter battle, you'll just inflict enemies with a certain amount of arcana, which is the card stack. Okay, to make it sound simple, I'll just use card stack. I don't want to use all the fancy bullshit words that make people confused. Okay, so I'll just say card stack. Okay, so when entering battle, there's 150% base chance for each enemy to inflict with one stack of arcana or card stack at the start of the next battle. For each successful application of the card on target, inflicts another stack of card on the same target. This process repeats until the card fails to inflict on the target. Okay, so for each success application of the card stack, its base chance of success is equals to 50% of the base chance of the previous successful infliction of your card on the target. So you want to make it simple, it's actually just like you apply card on the target, and if you fail, you fail. If you success, you success. Okay, that's all. Okay, so next, her talent. So also very long. I wonder, are we actually playing a game or are we just reading essays and magazines? Right. So every time an enemy target receives DOT at the start of each turn, there's a 65% base chance at level 10. At level 1, it's actually much lower for it to be inflicted with one stack of card. Okay, so while afflicted with card, enemy targets receive um win the damage over time equal to 240% of Black Swan's attack at the start of each turn. And each stack of card increases this damage multiplier by 12%. And then the card stack resets to one stack. The card stack can stack up to 50 times at maximum, only when Arcana causes damage, which is the card causes damage at the start of an enemy's target turn. So Black Swan triggers additional effects based on the number of card stacks inflicted on the target. When there are 3 or more card stacks, deals win damage over time equal to 180% of her attack to adjacent targets. And also have a 65% base chance of inflicting one extra stack of card to adjacent targets. When there are 7 or more card stacks, enables the current DOT this time to ignore 20% of the target's defense and adjacent target's defense. Right, so it's actually pretty straightforward and pretty obvious. So all you need to know is every time either enemy receive DOT or Black Swan attacks the enemy, they stack the card stack. Okay, so when there are 3 or more card stacks, the card will explode, okay, and deal damage to adjacent enemies. And if the what should I call it? Yeah, and if the enemy got hit adjacently, the adjacent enemy will have like extra one stack of the card stack. And when there are 7 or more card stacks, the current DOT, which is this card stack, dealt to the enemy will ignore 20% of their defense. Yeah, so it's actually pretty straightforward. Stack more DOT, proc this small card stack, and Black Swan will deal more damage towards this enemy. Right, so after that essay, we have a slightly shorter paragraph. Okay, so her skill is actually pretty simple. Deals win damage equal to 90% of her attack to a single and any adjacent target. So which is 3 of them. At the same time, there is you'll inflict one stack of card stack on the target enemy and the adjacent targets. So additionally, there's 100% base chance of reducing the defense of target enemy and the adjacent enemy by 20.8%, lasting for 3 turns. So with this skill, she have a potential of running into other teams and becoming a nihility support instead of like forcing herself into just nihility teams. Okay. So next, her ultimate. Welcome to another slide essay. Okay, so for short, her ulti is actually pretty simple. Let me tell you what it does. So first, you inflict a special state on the enemy. So when enemy is affected by this special state, enemy takes increased damage when it's their turn. Yeah, so 23%, next level should be 25. Yeah, don't ask me why I didn't max this because I don't know either. So additionally, if enemies are also inflicted with the card stack, they are considered to be simultaneously afflicted with wind shear, bleed, burn, and shock. Okay, after card stack causes damage at the start of each turn, its stacks are not reset. Yep, this non-reset effect of the card stack can be triggered up to one time for the duration of this thing. And the trigger count resets when this thing is applied again. So if you can manage to get her out before this special state runs out, then you can somehow maintain the stacks infinitely. But I actually like read the eidolons. It has something to do with the eidolons if you wanna like constantly keep it at max stacks. Okay, so let's talk about the bonus ability. Okay, well, I forget to talk about basic attack. So basic attack is actually slightly special. All you need to do is no if she attacks an enemy, besides just dealing damage, she'll receive one stack. No, enemy will receive one stack of like the card. Okay, so if enemy was affected by any other DOT, the four DOT I mentioned, she will have a 65% chance to apply another stack of card. Yeah. So it's just percentage issues. Okay, next, three of her bonus abilities. So first is I actually forgot which one is first, but I'll start from the left. So after using a skill to attack a single target enemy that has one of the four DOTs, each of these debuffs respectively has a 65% base chance of inflicting one extra stack of Arcana, which is the card stack. Right. The second bonus ability is when an enemy target enters battle, there is a 65% base chance for it to be inflicted with one stack of the card. So every time an enemy target receives DOT during a single target by any ally, there's a 65% base chance for the target to be inflicted by one with one stack of card. So the maximum number of stacks that can be inflicted during one single attack is 3. Yep, only up to 3 times in one single attack. So lastly, okay, we are finally reaching the end. So increases this unit's damage by an amount equal to 60% of effect hit rate up to a maximum damage increase of 72%. So after calculations, the percentage should drop around actually 100 something. I'm pretty sure 100, is it 120? I think it's around 120 or something. It won't go too far. Yeah, if you wanna like go for maximum damage efficiency from herself. But if you're talking about using her as a support, she works completely fine too because due to her skill. Okay, her skill reduces enemy defense, which is a good thing. And her ult also applies a debuff to the enemy, which in a way can also cap the stacks and deal more damage. Yeah, so overall she's a quite solid character because she is much more flexible in a lot of teams, like not just in Nihility themselves, because we all know that Nihility themselves can form one team and it's actually pretty simple. So for as you can see Nihility here, as I mentioned just now, so it's like you can put Kafka, you can put Black Swan, Green Knifen, and maybe one healer or just like Aventurine or some shield character. So yeah, then you have one Nihility team, or you can just go Acheron, Black Swan, Kafka. That's like the most basic combo last time. Yeah. But overall, instead of like just normal Nihility characters, yeah, Black Swan can just be like them. She can also like go to other teams to actually work well. Yeah, like you can slide her in a ratio team. I actually did it and it's pretty fine. It works pretty well too. Yeah. So here are the three characters I actually talk about today. And sorry, this is a pretty long video. I don't mean to like drag it this far, but yeah, I try my best to actually explain everything in short terms. Okay, so three characters here. If you really have to pull, like depends on what character you have and what character you don't have. So disclaimer: if you have your own priorities, you have your own preferences, definitely go ahead. Okay, because this video is meant for people who want recommendations. Um they are more towards the meta, which is most effective tactics available. Okay, so if you have your own preferences or your own ideas, you can definitely just pull for it. Like for example, you really love Black Swan, then you can pull Black Swan. If you really love Kafka, you just pull for Kafka. Or maybe you love Fei Xiao, just pull for her. Okay, no offense. Okay, but I'm just talking about priorities first. Okay, so in terms of these three characters, depends on who you actually have. So let's talk about the first condition. If you don't have any of them, so my first recommendation is you can pull for Robin. Okay, so why Robin? Because harmony characters value are actually really high, and not to mention DPS characters can always like receive reruns, and they'll always have new DPS characters. But a good harmony character is actually really hard to find, and that is why in this heck of a game, we only have three limited 5-star harmony characters. Yes, then that also proves that the value of harmony characters are actually really high. So if you don't have any of the 5-star limited harmony characters I mentioned above, you can definitely go for Robin, as her value for a free to play account or a free to play character is really high. Okay, next will be Black Swan. I'll prioritize Black Swan. Okay, because why Black Swan? Because Black Swan, as I said just now, she is quite flexible. Okay, regardless of like, she will need force her in Nihility, or you can force her to be a support or sub DPS in any other team. Or you can just slide her as a main DPS in a Nihility team. It also works. I tried before and it works extremely well when you're like fighting a lot of like small low HP creeps. Yeah. So lastly will be Kafka. Okay, no offense here. Disclaimer, no offense here. Okay, why would I not put Kafka in such a high priority? I mean, yes, she deals a lot of solid damage, but it's because that is the reason. She deals a lot of solid damage from DOT detonating, which also makes her like too stable. If you want to compare like with all the new DPS, she is like way too stable, and her ceiling is like just there. Unless you have like E6 Kafka, then that's a different thing. Okay, but we're talking about in terms of all are E0. Yeah, then that's definitely like that's definitely it, because the power level is there. It's obvious. I mean, yes, she is a good DPS. Like the whole, we heard that the whole Nihility can work extremely well and extremely insane. But yeah, her power is just there. So if you have a Kafka, you'll realize that most of the levels you can pass. But if you wanna strike and compare like how many turns, like you'll find it harder compared to other teams like super break teams or follow-up teams. Yeah, you'll actually realize that there's a slight problem, because like she's too solid, she's too stable, which also makes her like not so like extremely outstanding among the like current version. I mean, if this is like back in version 1.1, 1.2, 1.0, then like the whole version 1 is, she's technically a god, because that time all the mobs are not this insane yet. Where the mobs gone insane are actually starting from version 2, where Pina Connie released. Yeah, and everyone was struggling, and like I believe most people here are like will have at least one or two new characters after version 2. Alright, so that's technically it. If you have any comments or any single thing, you can just like you can just leave it in the comment section, and then I'll just like try to reply to you all one by one. Okay, so lastly, I hope this video actually helped you all to um solve your decision to pull for which rerun. Okay, so for Felicia, I might release another video. Okay, if I get her in the first place. Okay, if I don't, I'll just give reviews based on the character trial. Okay, so that's technically it. Thank you guys for watching all the way here. Appreciate it. Okay, anything, leave your words in the comment section and I'll read them and I'll reply to them. Okay, if you find this video helpful, help me click that like button and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.